What's up, everyone? This is my top cut YCS deck profile at Orlando. I'm so sad still I didn't win. I literally lost to my exact same list.
That's
but
wild.
you can play Droll in it. And I'm like, no! But this deck was amazing. Mitsurugi is the best deck this format. I am absolutely convinced. Everything about it. But why? It's because of how I built it. And you're going to see exactly how. This is a very similar list to what I showed, but way better with siding patterns. Post side deck, we're not even playing Mitsurugi, we're playing pure ISO, baby. I'm gonna tell everything I know in this video that I haven't already. So if you guys love Mitsurugi, you need to watch and learn everything. I'm gonna put you on crazy. I guarantee you'll use it. Lastly, if you really want to get good with Mitsurugi, legitimately, you join my masterclass. The amount of information on the masterclass is given, everyone already knew everything I'm about to tell you now before the event. My same list top, I had many students top, and Mitsurugi Raizo, half of the people that talk Mitsurugi Raizo are in my masterclass.
Hell yeah.
Highly advise checking it out. 1,000 replays will be on there and a private Discord to trade with me every day. All right,
Hey, let's go.
let's go. So, playing Raizo Mitsurugi, you absolutely need these cards. Now, the reason why, Prost as well, post side deck, you cannot rely on 2-card combos. Your opponent will dweller you. Your opponent will dweller you. Post side deck, you side out most of the Mitsurugis. I don't care. I'm going to tell everything I know. I don't care if people side accordingly. I'll show you my deck list and still win in every single draw. I was walking around the reptile around my neck just to tell people about my Mitsurugi.
You did have that
I don't care.
Tsuchinoko on your head.
The one thing I would change in this is post side, you do remove a lot of the Mitsurugis because when you're playing post side,
You signed up for yugioh under 11 tournaments back again. Please make your way.
I'm actually in a winning match. After I lost my top cut match, I refused to go home a loser. I joined the first winning match, and I told them, all 8 of them, I won my first match in about 4 minutes. And I told them, when I win this winning match, I'm throwing it out in the garbage. Whoever wants the match can go get it. I'll make sure it's clean garbage. I don't even want it, I just want the glory. But this is the best engine. I did play Kusanagi and a third Sachi at the event. I'm officially cutting these. I'm siding them out every game. First or second, you do not need Kusanagi. Or for sure as hell Serpent, for sure as hell Purification. Why does Mitsurugi brick? Because those are 3 bricks that are just not needed. You already ritual summon. I do not need ritual twice. You do not need to ritual summon twice. And by playing 2 Saji, which is 2 level 4s, if you hard open one of the reptiles or you search with Fair Limps and let's say go prayers, one of them, you still have 2 level 4s to get your prayers. The whole game plan, get a Murakamo in the field with the prayers. You're good to rock and roll. That's all you want. You don't need to do more than that. Anything more than that's win more. And we're not trying to play win more. This is a 17 non-engine and a 40-card deck here. You're playing Raizo Fiendsmith, but better. So that was my findings. I would side these out every time going first. The only thing I would change is make this a 41-card deck and add a second sword Raizo. Add a second sword Raizo because post side deck.
Same
They
trip.
even entered rivalry, by the way. It's like regionals and stuff. Anyways.
They louder than you, Trif. That's wild.
And so post side deck, you want the ability. Now this is gonna sound insane. Prosperity, by the way, was crazy. Prosperity, by the way, was crazy. Highly advised. I'm not playing in deer because post side deck. Sometimes I side out all 10 Mitsurugis post going second. When you're playing against Malice, they will save their impulse for Mitsurugi ritual spell. So you could do whatever you want. If you have one Mitsurugi ritual post side anyways against that deck, you're not ritual summoning anyways. So if I'm not ritual summoning, why am I playing these? So against Malice post side, I put in 3 thrusts, I put in Sanctum going second, I put in Lencius, I put in all those types of cards. So a second sword will be nicer for the grind because of post side, but not because of the game 1. Your siding patterns most of the time, trust me, you do not need these, but Saji and Prayers put themselves on board. They threaten things with your Raizos already. Like Pharaoh Lips can get one of them, and then this will get Praise Ritual. It threatens and puts things on. What you don't want is things that do not hit themselves on board. Yes, ritual spell is much better than the monster because the ritual spell, you can't search other than Saji. So it's okay to have 3 of these because all you need is 1 imps to resolve. So you just commit your whole hand to imps. So that's a cool thing as well. But post side deck, what you do is, I hate to say all this information, join the masterclass to learn more and duel more. But what you do is you put ritual spell down to 1 if you want to keep this engine. You remove a prayers and you remove a Saji. If you hard draw one of these, you never prayers it away. Ever. You play accordingly, where if you draw prayers and one of these, you save this and make sure Saji's a normal summon eventually, but most of the time you want the normal ice. So by this engine, you're playing the bare minimum. So if you open basically any one of these one of them, you are able to ritual summon once, but with one search. So you're not having hands of like 2 ritual spells or 2 ritual monsters. As you guys know, the deck bricks.
Yeah.
So no purification. Johnny knows. Johnny
I know, bro. I was out by round 6.
1 purification, 1 night sword serpent, 1 kusanagi. Those are 3 hard like bricks that you just do not need.
Yep.
Remove them. And I put like, bro, I think I 2-0'd most of my opponents. I know everyone says that. Like my good matches, okay, well, they were 3, but they were over in like 10 minutes.
Yeah.
This deck knows immediately if I win the duel or not just by looking at the hand.
Yeah.
So that's a pretty cool thing of this. Side note, this is what you do if you want to keep the Mitsurugi engine post side. Some matchups, and the way I built the side deck, is you could side them all up. So if you think you could get a competitive edge on your opponent, additionally, you make them go first sometimes post side.
Yeah.
I did it to Clifton Land, and he drew unplayable. He's like, go ahead. Gets all Charmies and Drolls and stuff like that. So when they have a handful of Charmies, and you have all this non-engine and talents and thrusts, you're destroying them. But if you want to remove all of these, you could simply remove these 10. Just make sure there's an extra sword in here if you do that, and just add talents, thrusts, and all hand traps.
Yeah.
Talents and thrust will always equal bonfire or prosp. So it's still engine, but also like defensive cards. At the event, I did play these 2, but again, you do not need a 3rd Saji or you only play 2. I would play 1 Saji, but you only need 2 because sometimes if you prayers the Futsu, you would like to send 2 Saji to the grave.
Yeah.
So if you look at how much this is right now, it's 10 Mitsurugis, it's 10 Ryzel starters, that's 20 starters with the pros, so that's 21. And then these 2 cross and node, which are bricks. However, because there's so much non-engine and you're playing such simplified game states, they're really good. And by the way, your first thing you make in this deck should never be King of the Fair Olymps. It's always X, send a detonator, make duo immediately. You're trying to set up cross. There's not enough hand traps in like Malice only has a finite number of cards to stop duo. It's Ash and Valor. It's not like Imperm Ogre, like they're playing so many Bestials, they're playing all this stuff. Try to do that first. And then according to what they do, then go Imp, like play Ryzel first. But if your cards start resolving and you have crossing liquid, then you go all out.
Yeah,
King of the double, King of the Fair Olymps, Dugaris, special from graveyard. Like you could still always get to the combo later with cross protecting you.
Yeah.
So 21 starters, 2 bricks, but they're still, I guess, fine. And I played these 2, but I played 42 for the event, but just removed these. And then the rest is just all non-engine. 3 Ash, 3 Fuwa. It's just a better Ryzel Fiendsmith. I played 15 hand traps and 2 talents. This is a 40 card deck, 42 in the event. You could remove talents if you would like for like 2 Okosoga or something like that. But talents is, as you guys know, absurd first or second. And it gives you the ability post side when you're playing Ryzel. You could have, because I'm siding 3 thrusts going first as well, you have these going second on top of 21 hand traps. Because you're playing pure Ryzel. And these equal any Ryzel card. And your opponent, trust me, they are waiting.
They're waiting.
They will go Dweller. No problem. I don't have a single Mitsurugi in my deck. I don't care.
They're all in the side deck, bro.
That's how to play around the Dweller. And then to play around the Droll that they put, you're playing Ryzel. Ryzel does not care about Droll. So you counter Droll and Dweller by doing this.
Yeah.
Droll, no problem. Talents take to kill you or look at your hand. Thrust, set, Sanctum.
Sanctum that
I got Drolled game 3 and I like obliterated him. Like, and like a whole like crypt or something. I killed him. And, wait, so I got Shifter, not Drolled.
Oh, Shifter.
But same thought.
Yeah.
Anyways, that's the main. Also, one more thing. Massive shout out to Supreme Pro and Sam. I would not be without him. Half these cards are his, and he took care of a lot of stuff. Big shout out to Supreme Pro. Sleeves will be back soon. And shout out to Sam. That's my man's. And Pack as well. Yeah, side deck. 3 Thrust, 3 Lancier, 3 Nihilus, 3 Prulia. Nihilus is crazy against Malice, and it's decent against Ryzel Fiendsmith. You should still be playing Nihilus if you can, because in conjunction with another card. If I drop Prulia and draw phase, sure, they don't want me to draw, right? Mitsu bricks apparently. Okay, I'll activate Chalk then. All right, then I'll activate this on the Lure. So together, it's effectively Maxi.
Yeah,
together. By itself, sure, they won't summon Grave, but if they can't summon from hand or extra deck, it's really good with hand traps.
Yeah.
And being a random level 4 is relevant. And then 1 Call by 1 Sanctum, 1 D-Barrier, which will go in first. You put in 3, whenever you want to go first, like these 5 for XYZ decks or whatever, these 5 for like plus these. It worked out tremendous. The side deck, the main deck, everything was amazing about the deck, except Kusanagi. That card's ass.
That card.
extra deck, 2 detonator, 1 duo. You do not need a second duo or a third detonator. You simply send the second detonator when you want to search with duo. The third detonator or sending a duo so you can have 2 detonators never, ever came up. You do not need it. Even though this extra deck is very empty with no nadir, you still don't need it. I'd rather play random links that do nothing. 2 Pharaoh Lips is required for some specific combos. Never made 2 in the whole tournament, but it still comes up in testing a lot where you're trying to, you have Ritual Spell in your hand specifically, and you know all you need is a combo and the duel's over. So you go Pharaoh Lips. In those situations, it's better to do that over duo.
Yeah.
So King of the Pharaoh Lips, search, okay, stop. All right, then you're trying to like Twins of the Eclipse. All right, when that comes back, nib. Then you still want to make another Pharaoh Lips.
Yeah,
so when they stop your imps, your twins, and your second imp, like that's when you just want to make sure you're able to do that. 2 twins, mandatory. If you're not playing 2 twins in Rise of Fiendsmith, by the way, you're a Bose. You're a super Bose. Twins of the Eclipse is the best card in all of Rise of Fiendsmith. It needs to be a 2 in that deck no matter what, especially in this deck. It had 3 twins came up at 1 duel, but that was like, I had something else for that. It's called like Gusto Emerald, which also came up. In simple, in Clifton, this came up a lot, really well, because you're playing a mini Mitsurugi engine, right?
Yeah.
So anytime that you have no thing to put the thing back, you have no Kusanagi, the brick, to put back the Futsu or Murakama, we can ritual summon up, you could do that. There's a combo where you could draw 2 with it and not discard 1 or skip your draw phase with the Gusto and Twins of the Eclipse. When you drop this after turn 2, it's absurd, and you want all the 4s possible, and there will be some scenarios where you want to legitimately put back cards that you need, and the draw is vital, especially if you don't want to play around nib, or you want to play around nib, or like you know your opponent cannot play with your hand, you just want to keep going, like with draws. Lugaris comes up for all 3 effects. All 3 effects are vital. Needs to be in this deck. Dweller, Exciton, all of these are vital at this count. Typhon, absolutely vital. I made Typhon many times. Absolutely vital. Because with hand traps, there will be no cross. Yeah, I actually have a win match to go to soon.
Not nearby speakers for content areas.
Yes. Nice. And yeah, this Typhon came up a lot. Aggregator, obviously. Reptilian Echidna only comes up when you're Nib and Saji. Never made it once. Lizard would probably be better because this deck is like a draw away many times. So this last card will be Lizard. And that's the video. Mitsurugi Masterclass. Shout out Supreme Pro. Shout out the 3 OGs.
Oh, you already know. You already know.
I look forward to seeing you guys at Table 1 at Birmingham when I win it all with probably the same deck.
Oh God, yes. Go to that master class right now.
Let's go.